We've all seen the balance changes. We've all seen the new and improved Clash Royale. In my opinion, definitely improved from last season. And I've been having a lot of fun with the meta in general. Today, I'm going to be doing something a little bit fun and exciting that I don't know if I've ever done this, actually. I'm going to be playing each champion in the game. So, we have 7 champions, of course, with the addition with the Goblin Stein, the most recent one, I believe. So, yeah, we've got 7 champions. I'm going to be playing them all. And then at the end, I'm going to be ranking which one, like, 1 through 7, strength in this specific meta, in my opinion, at least. It's not like set in stone word, this one's better than this one, but it's my opinion, guys, so, it is my channel, I can make opinions. Anyways, okay, so we're up against Nexon in the first game. Just gonna go for the Hog again, since he has no cannon in cycle. Should be an easy out cycle to start this video. Hog on 1 tower, yes, sir. Hog Rider always gets a hit. I swear it's like I have Ian's Hog Rider. He always gets a 1 HP swing every time I watch him play with Hog. Okay, who's rubbing their trophy on the other side? Pause. Anyways, let's see. It is pretty late for me right now. I do apologize that this video is a bit later, but yeah, I had some things going on, so I'm going to go LP the back like this right here. Then I have my Ice Golem as well if he does want to go for a Pigs. I can block for my LP, of course, so I'm actually just going to go Log right here, and then Skelly's, he's going to pop the ability, right? So I'm going to go here and then try and time this Ice Golem to keep my Queen or my Little Prince alive a bit. I'm going to pop the ability too. He does have Delivery, I believe. He's got Royal Hogs, but with the Poison version. Is Royal Hog still a good deck? That is the question of the day for me. I'm not sure. I think it's still definitely a good deck, but I don't know if it's like S tier as it was last season and the season before, to be honest. Just because I think that 2-second duration nerf or whatever it was. Okay, good play by him. On the Queen's ability actually is very effective. Like, there's so many situations where if you get a second Queen ability in single, you basically just win the game off rip. And that 2 extra seconds, gives you, it's really hard to get a second ability off. That's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna go Log like this. I have been playing Queen a bit and trying to see if it's still gonna be, pretty solid, what it's gonna rank on this tier list. Definitely changed since it did get nerfed. I honestly, no spoilers, but I think I would have put Queen number 1 here if, I still might, you never know. But if it didn't get nerfed, this balance changed. So we're just going to go Evo Skellies, then Log on top of those Pigs. He is going to get a few hits on tower. Obviously, we're playing LP in this first game. I forgot to say that. Doesn't even feel at all like the card it used to be. But it's very good. Like, I would say LP is a great balance right now. And definitely somewhere in the middle with the champions. We'll see at the end of this video what I do rank it. But okay, Hog's going to kill that cannon. He does poison, so I think it's pretty free for me to Earthquake on his tower. I am playing like a super fast 2.4 Hog cycle deck. I could have put in a couple different cards, but I wanted to try LP. I was trying to actually find a deck that has Little Prince in it for quite some time, and I didn't really see many besides like maybe a minor poison or something along those lines. So I'm just going to go Ice Spear like this evolution, which also got nerfed. Cycle my Earthquake on his tower, Skelly's up high, and then we can just go for our Log. We're basically playing the all nerfed cards deck right here with the... I guess we have Cannon Evo, which is a buff, right? Oh, no, we don't have Evo. We have Evo Skellies and Ice Spirit. I'm tripping. Anyways, I'm going to go for the LP like this, Log on top of the Royal Hogs, and we should be all right now. I'm going to go Hog as well. Yeah, I'm going to Hog. He's probably going to delivery that, so I'm just going to Ice Spirit like this, try and freeze the delivery if he does drop it down, which he will right there. Okay, so he's going to get the Evo Skellies down in time. 1 hit. Oh, that would have been so nice. There's the Pigs. We can go Cannon in the middle, and then Evo Ice Spirit once again. Still a very good card in my opinion. Just the way it freezes everything twice just gives you so much time to react. Even though it doesn't have that third shock, freeze wave, whatever you want to call it, it's still very good in my opinion. So I'm just gonna go LP at the river. LP is super good at bridge control. It's always been that way, especially when you have cheap counters and tanks like the Ice Golem, for example. So Hog's gonna get on tower. He does Evo Skelly. He's not gonna save him. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be GG's right there. I just gotta cycle back around 2 Earthquakes on his tower, and that's gonna be it. So perfect start to this video. LP did get quite a bit of value in this matchup specifically, and in a lot of matchups, I really do like LP as a card. It's very solid. We can just Earthquake. I believe that takes his entire tower and finishes off the game. So yeah, first champion done. Solid. I'll give it a solid for sure. We'll rank it at the end of the video, but very solid right there. Now, out of all the champions, this might be the one I'm most excited for, honestly, on this list, just because it did get recently buffed, and I have been facing this card quite a lot, so maybe it's back in the meta. We'll see. It's been quite a long time. It feels like maybe 6-7 months. I don't even know how long since the Mighty Miner has even been usable, really. Besides, there's a few decks you could maybe run it in, but now I feel like Mighty Miner is definitely tons better than it was after the buff that it did receive. So Goblin Barrel to back here, gonna get a few hits on tower. He doesn't have anything for that barrel. What the heck? That is a ton of damage. Mighty Miner getting some good tanking linkage right there, value. We're basically going to be, oh my gosh, we're basically going to be evaluating all of the value that we get from our champions in each match and trying to, you know, see if anything is blatantly better than something else. Like, for example, I definitely know there's a few champions that are not going to be utilized super well, and I mean it's hard to even use them. And then others like the Mighty Miner, in my opinion, now are going to be basically dominant. You can cycle them pretty much any time and try and get as much value as you want from them, and they're always going to not disappoint. So I'm gonna go barrel like this. Actually, let me go cannon first on top of this suspicious bush. Yes, I'm playing log bait. I know, I can't believe myself, but it's only for this video, only for this specific, you know, reason. I'm gonna go barrel like this, and then I could potentially protect this princess. We'll see what he does want to do for that. I'm gonna go ahead and cycle my Dark Goblin down low. There's his Dark Goblin, okay. I can just go for my Mighty Miner of the River. It's so good at tanking and also, like, providing that counter push compared to a lot of things in this game. So, also 3-card cycle is always a plus with champions, but, of course, they all have the same 3-card cycle, so that doesn't really factor into the rankings too much. Anyways, I'm going to cycle my... what if I do a little dual lane pressure? Let me go here and then also wall breakers on this left-hand side. No Ice Spirit and Cycle for my opponent. I'm not sure if he even has anything for those. He does Rage. Pretty good Rage spell by him, actually. I can go Princess, so we need to be careful of him trying to cheese me with the, what's it called? The Goblin Curse Rage combination. So there's that. So now I know he can't really play the, get the Goblins to spawn, so I can play a Mighty Miner here and then go Goblin Gang on this opposite lane. I did have a basketball game at 7 p.m. That's why I wasn't able to record at all any earlier. So yeah, you might be wondering why I'm posting late, but yeah, that's why. So I'm gonna go here and then I can just go. Is he giving up? He is. Let's go. We did cook him. All right, perfect. So we're gonna get the tower down right there, and that's gonna be a GG. So we'll hop into the next champion. This one's pretty much a staple in the game right now. Skelly King hasn't really been changed much because it's very good. It's very, very good in specific archetypes, and honestly, I think it might be contrary to popular belief, but I believe the Skeleton King is a bit, I don't know if I want to say too strong, but it definitely is utilized in specific situations, and it feels like you can almost do nothing if they play it correctly. Especially with the mortar bait deck, for example. Okay, I'm going to go Skelly King like this, then Mother Witch for this. This actually should work out really well for me, as long as that Skelly King stays right there. Perfect. Look at this value we're going to get, and we're going to have all these souls. I feel like Graveyard is kind of a perfect matchup for this deck, specifically because I pretty much can always pressure him. He is going to go for the tornado like that. I probably should have pre-fired that. I wish I could pop this ability, but he does have Valkyrie, which is a bit unlucky for me. If he didn't have Valk right there, we would 1000% have hit that Skeleton King ability. So we're going to get the mortar on tower, and then he's probably going to play something. So I'm going to go guards like this, try and predict whatever he does do. Sorry, I've been yelling quite, not like yelling, but, you know, loud talking a lot today, so my voice is a bit gone. I do apologize if it's a little bit scratchy or whatnot. Oh, but that reminds me, I was scrolling through my YouTube comments today, and somebody commented on a post from 2 years ago and said, "What's wrong with your voice?" I was like, what? I was like, dude, what the heck? I'm getting roasted. But it was funny. He actually re-commented like a few minutes after and was like, "Oh, I didn't realize this video was old. I thought this was like a new video." So it was super funny, but yeah. That was definitely a funny thing for me today. I'm going to go for the Cannon Card at the back. A very good card still. Don't even let the nerf fool you. This card is still overpowered like crazy. I'm going to go Skelly King like this. And okay, he does. That was honestly a pretty good tornado. I'll give him credit where credit is due. That's decent right there. I can just go for my defensive mortar, I guess. I don't really love doing this when I have the evolution, but I feel like everything else in my deck, in my hand right now, is not a great place. I'm going to go guards as well. He's probably going to poison. If he does, I think I'm just going to arrows to try and prevent most of this damage. Yeah, we're all vibing. Yeah, not bad. We're going to take a few hits from that one Skelly in the back. Nothing too crazy. It actually got like 500 damage, which is a bit insane. But let's just go Minor Bats, try and chip his tower down. Haven't really been able to utilize the Skeleton King too much in this matchup. Yes, Snowball, just because he does have Valk, and Valk is probably one of the better counters for Skelly King for sure. Maybe I can do some dual lane pressure, though. I think I might just go for the mortar opposite lane to just, you know, apply a little bit of pressure. I don't really care if he defends that. He does have Evil Valk on the right. Okay. So I think we just chill. I'm going to go Cannon Card at the back for this Valk, and then I can just go for my arrows up high, bats down low. If he does Snowball, I might be in a bit of trouble. No, I think we can just go guards and be all right, hopefully. I need to go for the Skeleton King as well to tank for everything. Yeah, I think that's fine. He is going to go for another Valk. The mortar on the left is starting to build up some damage. I'm going to go Mother Witch up high on 0 to kill this Ice Wizard. Perfect. I do need to work on my bridge control here because I can't really allow him to just kind of control the river with the graveyard. Obviously, that's what you don't want them to be doing. So there's that by him. The Baby Dragon didn't cross the river. That's a bit unlucky. I'm just going to go arrows on top of this and then Cannon Card up high. for both this Ice Wizard and that Goblin Cage. I think the play here is maybe... Wow, oh my gosh. That was very aggressive, so he's going to snowball probably too. Yeah, no way. No way he doesn't lose here. We're just going to go guards down low. And that should be decent. Cannon Card is going to get a few hits on top of that Valk. And then Cannon Card is going to die, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But I can go for another Mortar on this left-hand side. He's going to go for the Cage. But I can just go for the ability right here. Force out even more Elixir than Miner on top of that. He doesn't have enough Elixir to defend both sides. And Mortar connects, and we get the victory. So definitely the strongest deck in the game with the Skeleton King is Mortar. And you can see why right there. So I actually shared this deck the other day, but I did make one change. Of course, we took out the Dark Prince, and we're going to put in the Golden Knight. You might be like, wow, E-Giant. Yeah, E-Giant is decent in the meta. It's actually pretty solid. I will give it like a 7 out of 10. For strength, and compared to what it was last season, like a 1-0 out of 10, definitely been improving in this meta with the recent buff that it did get. It definitely feels weird playing the card because I'm just so not used to facing it, especially when you play your Tesla or whatever building you have, Cannon, Inferno Tower, Cage, anything. It just doesn't pull, and it's so odd because the E-Giant just looks like it's going to pull now. You're so, you know, muscle memory is a very, very, very real thing, guys. So I'm going to go here. Kite that over, then just go for the tornado like this to pull this Dark Goblin in. Kill that right away. He does have the bomb tower as well, so not a great situation for me. We obviously don't really want to see the bomb tower. I'm actually going to, you know what? Call me crazy, but I'm actually going to Golden Knight right here. If he pops the ability, I'm completely fine with that. He's in big, big trouble. I'm going to wait and then go for my bomber at the river. I'm not going to pop the ability yet. I'm just going to wait, be patient, now pop it since he has no elixir. Oh, beautiful. That was actually so clean. Golden Knight's getting a ton of value. Pretty much any card in that situation would have been fine, but Golden Knight was kind of perfect because, you know, he was scared of the ability right away. He's waving the white flag. I'm assuming that's him going to give up, so yeah, easy win right there. Golden Knight got some good value. I'll have to keep that in considerations. This next deck actually features a champion that I believe kind of fell off, and I'm not sure why that is. Maybe the P.E.K.K.A meta, maybe it just kind of gets overshadowed now, but man, I really used to think the Monk was like one of the best cards in the whole game, and it's still good, don't get me wrong. Every champion on this list, every champion in general in the game is good, and can be utilized well. But I don't know, Monk kind of fell off a bit. Well, you'll probably see in the rankings that it's not as high as it used to be. That is for sure. But that's going to be a decent pull right there with the Fisherman that I can just go for my bats right here. I'm going to pop the ability here as well. I think just keep everything, you know, just targeting it. Then get the Cannoneer to shoot itself, of course. That's perfect. Okay, so Fisherman's going to hit that. Okay. That's fine. Cannon Card HP is, you know, a bit noticeable right there. So I'm going to go E-Spirit like this. It is nice to be able to finally log a Cannon Card and it will actually die instead of it just sitting there on 1 HP. So I'm going to go Mother Witch like this. I low-key think we might have just won the game. Mother Witch is one of those cards where you can quite literally just cheese in single and win. So I'm going to go RG like this. I don't even know what he has to defend that. He's saying good game already. No, surely not. Dude, this is insane. He's going to play something, right? Maybe? Okay, so he's going to guards, but that's like tower down, bro. I mean, as long as I can defend this counter push, that's basically just game over. So let's go bats early, force out some kind of spell from him, and then I can just go for the... I could have monked right here, but I think I'd rather do this, and then Mother Witch again in case he pops the ability, and that should be GG's. Oh, he couldn't even get the ability. Yeah, that's an easy win, bro. Wow, I feel kind of bad. My easily least favorite champion in the game right here, Goblin Stein. Still hate the card, still think it's a terrible card for the game. Anyways, it did get a slight nerf. You can tell the Doctor is a bit weaker. Not too crazy, to be honest, but it definitely is weaker. We gotta be honest with ourselves. Still gets tons of value and still it could be one of the best champions in the game. We'll see what I end up ranking it. But anyways, I'm just gonna go Cannon Cart on this right-hand side, go for my Goblin Gang as well to pressure with that. And I think we're in a decent situation here. He's gonna have to play basically everything if he wants to save his tower. From this, Cannon Cart does look a little bit worse. I don't know if it's like maybe, it didn't get a hit speed nerf, right? That looked a little bit slow right there. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but I'm just going to go for my dark. Actually, I can't dark up on this because I have to defend the P.E.K.K.A, right? So I'm going to go recruits up high. Hopefully I can get my dark up one down as well in a few seconds. I'm going to go for it right now. Just DPS down this P.E.K.K.A. He might have tornado arrows, something along those lines. I need that P.E.K.K.A to die. That would be super cool if it does. Okay, so you know what? Not too bad. He actually takes about 1,000 damage, which is super nice for me. And this deck is very, very toxic. So we basically have so many different ways we can get damage. This was definitely a top 3 most hated deck in the game when the meta was ending last season. But just going to go for the Goblin Barrel on top of his tower again. Cycle around to our evolution. I could have put Evo Dark Goblin in this deck, but I was like, do I really want Evo Dark Goblin when I have Evo Barrel, which is still one of the best cards in the game easily? even when you can see where it's going, it's still, I mean, you still get value almost every single time, because think about it, right? You have to respond if they play it correctly, to both sides, or you take like at least 500-600 damage, even if it's the fake barrel. So, you know, it still forces out a response. It's still very, very good. I don't want to see no log bait player complaining about all that, but just gonna go for my recruits like this at the river. I think if he does go, actually, I'm gonna predict him going, yeah, he's gonna P.E.K.K.A. He has to P.E.K.K.A. on this right hand side, or he does lose. So I'm gonna go Dark Goblin here. There's the P.E.K.K.A. Dark Goblin's gonna get a sick amount of value on top of that P.E.K.K.A. and also Ghost, hopefully, as well. I'm actually gonna go, I would like to pressure still more, but I think I'll just go Goblin Stein like this, and then all arrows pop the ability. Hopefully that ability does take out the battle ram just barely, maybe, please? Nah, he does get the connection, unfortunately for me, but it's all good. Only one hit on my tower, nothing too insane. And then I can just go, I want to go recruits the river, but I think it's just a bit too aggressive. I don't want to throw the game, so I'll just set up a cannon, play a bit defensive. I know, defense and recruits in the same, you know, they just don't go in the same sentence, but we'll go defensive cannon cart like this, and then cycle our recruits at the river. You know, screw being defensive. Let's go all in. So he's going to battle ram the back. I don't know if I love that play. I think I'd rather just kind of chill, go Dark Goblin like this, get that value on top of there. We're getting some decent value out of these recruits. I can go Goblin Gang over here. That P.E.K.K.A. That Bandit actually runs away from the Dark Goblin. Super good for me. The P.E.K.K.A. is going to chop my cannon cart in half. It's all good. We can pop the ability right here. Keep that Dark Goblin alive. Goblin Stein getting bunches of value right there as well. Taking out that entire Royal Ghost, and then I can just get some more damage on this side with the Dark Goblin. Go for the cannon down low for that Electro Wizard. And then I think we just go cannon cart to back. He's probably going to spam all in. Did I just lose? I need that to pull back. It's not going to pull, is it? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Gang on 0. Please don't take my tower. Wow, that is actually a ton of damage. Whoa. Gotta go Evo Barrel here. I think I'm in trouble, but I think we're all right, actually, because he has to defend both sides. He's going to Fireball on 0. What if I just go for Goblin Stein on the bridge? See, this is the strength of the Goblin Stein as well. You can basically always get damage if they don't have a building in cycle. So I'm just going to go Dark Goblin, pop the ability on 0 for whatever he wants to do, and that's going to be GG's. Let's go. Goblin Stein saves my life once again. Can you believe that? So for the 7th champion of this video and final one, we have the Archer Queen. I'm playing this Queen Bow deck that I did make last season. It's a bit worse because Evolution Skeletons did get a significant nerf, but it's still pretty good and solid in the game in my opinion. Just going to cycle the Ice Spirit at the river and then go for my cannon down low for this Ram Rider. Yeah, we're chilling. Okay, so Queen obviously got a 2 seconds ability nerf, I believe was the nerf. So basically it takes 2 more seconds to charge back up, and that's fine. You know, it's still interesting. Maybe it's a lot worse in single than it used to be, or not that much worse, but a little bit worse. It still has the high DPS and insane fire rate that it has with the ability when it's popped. So I don't know, that's insane to me, just how quick it can pop and like just kill everything on the map. So I'm gonna go for the ability here in a second. We have a level 16. He might have lightning actually. Let me not pop the ability. Yeah, I had a feeling. Just the way he was waiting, I don't know how to describe it, just the way he was kind of waiting and not placing anything made me feel like he probably had lightning. You know, I'm just going to let that Queen die. It's not really worth the ability right there, I don't think. I think it would have died either way with maybe 1 hit on his tower. Maybe I should have went for it, but all good. We're just going to cycle our Larrys like this. Got to get around to our evolution for the next time, and then I could put Evo Knight in this deck, to be fair, and make it a little bit better. Obviously, the Evo Cannon did get a buff as well, so I think it's solid, but I'm just going to go for my log on top of the Fisherman. Not too bad. So he's got P.E.K.K.A., or not P.E.K.K.A., Mega Knight, Ram Rider, Fisherman, Lightning. Very interesting deck. I do have the Chef Tower, so my Queen will keep getting boosted to level 16 every single time, basically, and it will survive the lightning on 1 HP as you saw on that last interaction. So I'm going to just go ahead and pop this ability right now, kill the wizard, and then I guess I'll just go Ice Spear here. If he does want to MK that, I'm completely fine. He's going to MK the back. Wow. I don't know if I like that play. That's maybe one of the worst plays I've seen ever, because that's like the only way he could possibly throw, in my opinion, from the situation. He's going to go for the guards to tank for that. Then I can just drop my... I think we Evo Skellies here, and then, oh, perfect timing. Oh, perfect timing. He has to spell that on 0, and then he can't defend my Expo, I don't think. If I Ice Spirit here to kill the Ram Rider, oh my gosh, that's perfect. He does go for the Stein. We can block the Stein for a few seconds, go for the Evolution Cannon like this. He has to respond with a... What does he have on the left? Something. Okay, there's the Evo Wizard. I thought that was an MK for a second. I'm actually going to go Expo on this right-hand side. I'm not sure if he can get an MK down. I think he can, actually. Maybe not. Let's go log. Actually, hear me out. I'm going to go Queen Knight the opposite lane because he's going to have to MK this, right? So there's that. I can just go here, and then if he goes guards, we have a log. I'm going to try and protect my Expo actually as well because he could lightning on 0. We'll see. He's going to go for that. I can pop the ability, go for Skellies like this, cannon up high to keep that MK at bay. That rhymes. And then I can log as well. Try and get a small lock on tower. Perfect Expo protection. Let's go. Ice Spirit as well. We do catch the Wizard. Man, this guy is getting melted. We're just going to completely ignore that Goblin Stein. Of course, go for the Knight at the river right here to DPS down that Wizard. I could Expo again, but he is going to MK, so I'm just going to go Cannon like this and kind of chill for a few seconds. I expect the MK in the back, not going to, you know, force anything, so we'll just go Log right here, and then, oh my, sir. I don't think that's a good play. I mean, maybe I'm dumb, but I think this is basically like a really good hand for me, and he can't do much, so he's going to go with that. I can just go for my Evolution Cannon right here, try and predict something maybe. We clipped the Wizard, which is really good. I can go for the Knight on this left-hand side for the MK as well. He Lightnings the Queen. The Queen's going to survive on 1 HP. The Expo's full HP on tower. Skelly's to block whatever he does want to play, and that's going to be GG's. He's going to arrows, but I mean, basically game over. I can just Rocket plus Log, finish off the game. Let's go. Queen getting tons of value with that level 16 boost. Kind of unfair that I had it with Chef Tower, but yeah, let's get to ranking these evolutions. So coming in at number 7, we have the Golden Knight. A fun card. I don't really see decks use it or reasons to use it over something like a Dark Prince. Like in a lot of situations, there's Goblin Stein in those type of decks. I just think Golden Knight's a bit underwhelming. Anyways, next up is the Monk. I think Monk fell off heavy. You guys saw it doesn't really do anything against P.E.K.K.A. and P.E.K.K.A. is so good in the meta that I think Monk is just weak. Next up, LP. Definitely getting better. It was one of the worst champions. But it's kind of slowly creeping back into the meta with such a stable, you know, spot in the meta right now. I think it's a solid card for sure. Not super popular, but definitely not like completely trash. Next up, the Skeleton King. One of my personal favorites for sure, but not crazy. Definitely gets value in specific decks like the Mortar, some Golem decks, some Graveyard decks, that type of stuff. Next up, Goblin Stein was number 1 for a long time, and now it's finally decently sort of balanced. I still think it is a little bit overpowered. Same with number 2 on this list, the Archer Queen. I don't know. It's definitely a little bit worse, but it's still super, super good and does so much DPS. And finally, rounding out the list, out of nowhere, from bottom to top, Mighty Miner, like literally jumping from bottom to the very top of the list from last season. It's insane. The Mighty Miner buff, I really like it. It's definitely utilized a lot more in the meta, and I was happy that they did buff it. It's a fun card for sure with the ability. Anyways, that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed the Butch clip at the end. Peace.